it's Catherine, and this video is, I think, my longest video ever. I was invited to do a comic book panel at my local comic book store, Alter Ego Comics, for their ladies' night, and I had a friend who very nicely filmed the entire panel for me. My camera overheated, so she burned her hand a little bit. I'm sorry, Brie. And because my camera overheated, she had to do some fancy quick button pushing to get the end of the panel. So there's a little bit of a like gap-ish thing right near the end, but it's not too bad. Also, I'm trying to think of anything else. I had an amazing time. It was so much fun. You can watch the panel on Alter Ego's Facebook page, I think still. But I had a great time. It was amazing. I'm looking forward to doing more stuff with them in the future, hopefully, if they want to invite me back. So I hope you like this video, even though it's really long. And if you like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of me, please subscribe. You can find me on Twitter at ClefNotes, on my blog, clefnotes.wordpress.com. I write for the Nerdy Girl Express, the Nerdy Girl or on their Snapchat, the Nerdy Girl EXP. And I post recipes on the iZombie support group site, iZombieSupportGroup.com. I'm saying all of that now because I don't want to make an end section. So this is the intro bit, and now on to the comics.
Best night ever, because wine and comics. Good day.
I'm Catherine. I don't work here, but I shop here like once a week, so I'm still here. And I harass them on Twitter sometimes.
We love that.
I'm from Lima, and I'm on the internet a lot. I have Twitter, I have YouTube, I write for a website called the Nerdy Girl Express. I just posted a really cool interview today. Sorry, I'm super excited. It was the first phone interview I ever did with someone who does television and stuff, and I did that last night and posted it today.
Sometimes you gotta get excited, right?
I know, I was freaking out.
Okay, I'm Amanda. Hi. I'm here full time. I'm the mistress of the web. My office lives behind here. It's a mystery, right? So I'm from Lima. We wanted to put this together, again, to kind of let everybody get introduced to new comics. I know we have a few people here who said they haven't read in, gosh, 10, 15 years. It takes a little bit of time to get back into it, so that's why we're here. We're all just three women who are, relatively normal. Normal is like strong, but, just people who are like you, who love to read stories, who sometimes need to get interested in new stories. So we're normal people talking to normal people about stories. So that's what we're going to do. First thing that I'm going to ask, and I'm going to give these ladies the first crack at all these questions. How did you get into, we'll start with Kat. How did you get into comics?
Okay. I want to say 6, and we have this tiny little gas station in Pandora that's also like our market. And I was going through this huge Josie and the Pussycats phase. We call it a phase, but it's still here. And I walked by and I saw that they had a book about Josie and the Pussycats, and I just like lost my mind. And so I begged my dad to let me buy it, and he was like, no, not getting it for you, no, not getting it for you. So I talked to my aunt about it, and she was like, yeah, I'll totally get it for you, and we'll hide it at my house. And I was like, yay!
So your first comic was illicit?
Yeah. So I'm pretty shady. So I got it. I ended up loving it. My dad did end up finding out, and I got it taken away. But my love for comics never left, and it just kind of evolved into Mark being my dealer for a while.
That's not the first time that reference has been made today.
Yeah,
coincidentally.
no. So it all started with Josie and the Pussycats. So females in comics. So
There you go.
other cat.
It's getting confusing. All right.
Yeah. We're just clones.
It's true.
Yeah, that's what it is. I like that. So my way into comics is kind of roundabout. When I was like 3 or 4, I was obsessed with Batman the Animated Series, like hardcore. It was also the only way I knew how to tell time. So like I knew exactly what time it was on, and I knew that when it was over, we were allowed to have dinner. Like that was all I knew about time. So I watched that so much, and then.
Do that real quick. Sorry, my dad's calling. So we're just gonna. Bye, John. We like you.
So I was super into Batman, but wasn't like reading Batman comics. And my dad had like a couple really old ones, and that was really all that I could get a hold of. And then the store happened. Not here. It was like in a little tiny one when it was over by
I missed
QB.
the basement.
Musty smelling comics.
But like it showed up, and I was like, we have a comic book store and I was like, I don't have any comics. Why don't I have any comics? And I literally like went in and just bought random things. They're still in my closet. It's like Madame Xanadu and like the 5th issue of some series I'm not reading anymore. It's just like anything I could grab off the rack that I could afford. And I was like, these, I like these. Madame Xanadu was really good. I'm not reading it anymore. I don't even think they make Madame Xanadu anymore. I really don't. But it was super good when it existed.
I got into comics late, actually. Oh, what's happening over there? Can you make my phone? Yeah, thank you. I got into comics very late because I had no one in my life who was into comics. My parents are very, very straight-laced folks. They, too much excitement. And then I started watching Power Rangers. I still watch Power Rangers when I don't feel good. So Power Rangers was actually my way into the whole world of sort of comics and make-believe and things like that, and then it sort of just kept going, and I ended up at Charmed, and then I ended up at Buffy, and then at Angel, and then it just, like, it all snowballed. Pretty much I became a Weeknight out of nowhere, like, Joss Whedon made it, I gotta watch it. And then I found out that there were comics that were just like all the things I was watching, and lo and behold, here I am. I started hanging out with actually the guys who work here, and then Mark said, you want to have a job where you can do this all day? Yes, please. Let's do that. So that's how I got into comics. Very, very late, but through TV, which a lot of people do. So, good stuff. Okay, these transitions are going to be weird, but they'll get better, I promise. So, I'm going to start with Katherine for this. What are some of your favorite writers? Or who, rather? And not just who, but why.
Okay.
Top 3.
Ooh.
You can do top 1. That's fine.
Okay, it's gonna have to be top 1. I'm really bad at looking at who wrote the comic that I'm reading, and so I'll be like, this is awesome! And then I'm like, I don't know who wrote any of that. And
but
then
it's so great.
I know, like, Batwoman Elegy is super good, and I literally cannot remember that man's name for the life of me. And I read it like 18 times on the cover of it. I was like, yeah, nope, no idea. Neil Gaiman is probably my go-to.
Right? She's like,
I read all of Sandman, but from the library, like the giant book that they used to have that you could get like 4 volumes. I was sitting in my living room. I even took it to the doctor at one point and was like, no, the big book of death has nothing to do with this doctor's appointment. But I literally read anything of his. I will just do it. I have How to Talk to Girls at Parties out like up at the front counter because I still hadn't bought it yet, and I was like, oh, it's still here. So I'm reading that like tonight after we leave.
Kat?
I'm gonna just do my 1 because everyone here pretty much knows that I talk too much. So 3 would be like the 30-minute cat show.
Of course.
So mine would have to be Joe Hill, and that is, I mean, the books are amazing, but at the time when Lock and Key came out, I was working a lot and kind of falling out of comics. And I was working in an electronics store, and they had us do all these terrible tests that like sucked my mental, like everything just was goo. And so I started reading Lock and Key after being in the funk of I don't want to read anything. I've been reading all day. And all of a sudden, it was just like everything started moving again. And I might not have gotten back into comics as hard as I did if it weren't for Lock and Key. So I would say Joe Hill.
Mine is Matt Fraction, which is weird because it just happened not that long ago, and I can tell you exactly why it happened, which is going to lead us to our next question, but it happened because of Hawkeye. Hawkeye is not a character that a lot of people spend a lot of time with, think a lot about, but the way that he wrote Hawkeye made me laugh so hard, and it just made me really identify with that character. I think I read it front to back, just boom, boom, every week. And I'm not a person that does that. I wait till it comes out in graphic novel form and then buys it. No, I was doing issues, which is weird for me. So I would definitely say Fraction. Well, and David, but Fraction. So second part of that is, what characters do you identify with? I have to tell you guys this really quickly. I love Hawkeye and her husband. That makes him sad. But I love Hawkeye because, especially in the Fraction version, it is not about Hawkeye the superhero. It's about Clint Barton and what he does when he's not being Hawkeye, which is just failing at life. Like Hawkeye is the guy that can shoot an apple like off of a tree 5,000 yards away. Like Clint Barton, if you throw a pen at him and go think fast, he gets smacked in the face and is like, I did not expect that to happen. Sorry. So he's really, really good at being a superhero, really, really bad at being a person. And I feel like I would be that type of person, like super duper, but I can't make coffee. So I feel like that's my character right there. Whoever, go for it.
Okay,
Here's what I
mine
think so.
is who I refer to as my alter ego, Cassie Hack, which is Hack Slash is like adult Scooby-Doo on crack. It is. I love Monster of the Week. I love horror, gore, and she's just. The words I want to say about her are not appropriate,
They're all
but
curse words
she's
that you
just
can't say.
yeah, she's just like hardcore, and
Everything.
I mean, I have my bookshelf is like that much of it just Hack Slash. And I can, if I'm having a bad day or if I'm feeling really aggressive about something, I just open it up and I'm like, you get me,
But that's what a good story should be. It should be something that you can open up like, you know what?
That's
you and
my
me, buddy.
therapy. Yeah.
So remember when I said we were clones?
Oh no.
She's literally my character. Like, she's the one I read the most. I have all of her stuff.
Yeah.
I will go to my second. I have a second character.
Should've
I'll do my
gone
backup.
first.
I know, I should have. So Cassie Hack is technically number one. But I just started reading Batwoman. Like, I'm obsessed with Batwoman right now. I read Fangirl's Guide to the Galaxy by Sam Maggs. And she was like,
Pulling out names.
she's trying real hard. But she was like, if you like female characters, you should read Batwoman Elegy and then keep going into the New 52. Just keep going. And I totally did that. Now I have like $40 worth of Batwoman comics at my house. But Kate Kane is intense. She gets kicked out of West Point, comes back to Gotham, has no idea what she's going to do with her life, and is literally Bruce Wayne's super Bruce Wayne. She's like wandering around, getting drunk, and she's a lesbian, so she picks up chicks all the time. She's just like wandering around like, you over there, yes, you, come here. And then that's all she does until she's finally like, I want to do something important, and becomes Batwoman all of a sudden, and then dates a cop.
It's a heck of a redemption story.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I just got to where she proposes to her girlfriend after demons and monsters take over Gotham. There's lots of magic in Batwoman. It's really cool.
I'll take that. I'm sorry? I heard I like magic. I think I heard
It's
I like
really
magic.
cool.
Dude, I love magic, so that's why I got
there
excited.
are games that do magic in Batwoman's Gotham. Like dudes who are like half octopus who are like, yes, I'm here and I'm going to take over the world.
I haven't actually read this yet, but you just sold me.
So good. Everyone
Like,
should
now
read
we need to
Batwoman
read this.
right now. I wish I was Oprah and I could just like throw Batwoman comics at
Actually, we
everyone.
have Batwoman, so hang on, we'll get there.
Right? Yeah.
So here's a good question. What graphic novel or story would you recommend? Let me ask quickly. How many of you guys are new readers? Either new readers or it's like it's been a minute since you read. Yeah. Okay. So what? Right. If you could give one story or one graphic novel, what would you give to a brand new reader or someone who is just coming back after a long time?
Lumberjanes. Even though it's in the like YA section for
Right.
comics, but Lumberjanes is like, there's action and drama and it's quirky and cute and the characters are adorable and it's just a fun like bubblegum pop kind of read. Like, I have sat down and just read like 3 graphic novels of it in a row and I'm like, this is so much fun.
It's like the light and just
Yeah.
You don't have to think real hard. It's not like
Yeah.
You just go, oh, this is
This is lovely. I enjoy this.
right.
Can I have 2?
Yes, you
Okay.
have to. I suppose.
I'll keep it short. The one is not kid friendly, and that's Rat Queens. If you like
It's
D&D
so good.
or role playing games or anything like that, I mean, the sorceress in that, she's like my idol. It's just these girls going on quests and just being amazing and just, being, I guess, conquerors. And they also go through magical mishaps and craziness. And they come out, and every single time they're just stronger and better than before.
And friendship mishaps at that.
Yeah.
Did you pack sandwiches? I packed lollipops.
Yeah, and then
It's like a sandwich, right?
There's the one who's like candy and drugs.
Yeah,
But,
right,
once you get past that, it's like, oh yeah, good message.
It's fine.
Yeah. But then the more kid-friendly one would be Ms. Marvel, and I think that it's changed so much. Like, if you read any of the new Ms. Marvel stuff, it's incredible. Like, I read the first issue and I was like, okay, well, we'll do this. And then all of a sudden it like absorbed my life to where I'm buying like those blind keychains.
Yes.
I bought like 12 of those in the past 2 weeks
Smart.
just to get the one. And Selena actually opened one this week and I didn't threaten her.
Hi, Selena.
So I just said,
I feel proud of
"Good
you
for
that you
you."
didn't
I
threaten
was just
somebody.
like, but if you want to trade, I have 2 squirrel girls.
Mine would actually be Saga. And specifically Saga because I hadn't been reading for a while. I sort of stopped reading Hawkeye and then sort of stopped reading because I was busy and I didn't care and blah, blah, blah. And Josh, who is one of the guys who works here, handed me Saga for Christmas and said, Merry Christmas, read the book. And this is specifically what he handed me. Picked it up, started flipping through it. It was one of those things where I'm like, yeah, okay. And then I woke up out of my coma and it was 2 a.m. and I'm like, this was amazing! I have to read all of them! And I've continued to do so. So Saga is an excellent book. It doesn't have a lot of back history to it. A lot of the things that people get intimidated with, especially when they've been gone for a while, are that, oh gosh, if I go into Marvel and DC, there's so much history, it's so rich. How do I catch up on all of it? And we can get you caught up, don't worry. We can do that really quickly. But especially in the independent section, especially with a book like Saga, there isn't this huge backlog. It's just a story, and you jump right into it, and it's just, oh, it appeals right to my heart, and all of my little heartstrings, my cold dead heart right there. Let's see, I'm gonna skip that one. This cat's gonna make me sad, so I'm gonna ask it. How about this?
You can if you want. I won't make you that sad. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so the question is, because this is something that we've thankfully never dealt with in this store, but a lot of times we've heard it before, which is why we do host ladies' nights. If you've ever felt uncomfortable in a comic store.
I haven't, but admittedly, I only really shop here. And then if I can't find it here, I go to Amazon because there's not anywhere super close.
Which is totally
So
fair.
I've been okay. I've heard horror stories on the internet. But
Have y'all heard horror stories? Like, has it kept anybody out of a comic store going, I don't want it to get weird? Or you're all powerful women. And then you just don't want to answer me. You're like, no, shut ask me. Oh my gosh. No, I'm a person that was very intimidated before I got to know these guys. I didn't really know that we had a comic store, but once I did, I was very intimidated to walk in because I had a previously bad experience. It was like a shady, like it's all dark and musty and like mouth breather at the counter. It was like a sketchy space, okay? Admittedly, it was a sketchy space, but it really turned me off from going into comic stores and from trying new books because I didn't want to deal with that. I thought it would be all insane. The reason I asked this question is to let you guys know we don't have any crazy mouth breathers here unless one of us has a cold, in which case, I'm sorry, man. Like, you're gonna know.
Allergy season is here.
Right. Kat walked in the other day and went, allergy season. That's a different thing. No, so we always want you guys to feel very, very comfortable when you come in here. Know that, we're all normal people. We promise we're not creepy. If you don't feel comfortable going somewhere else, feel free to come here because we're all really nice. And I don't have my comics are for everybody's shirt, but we promise that's our motto.
I'm kind of creepy though.
A little bit creepy. But Kat's like the fun creepy, so it's okay. Is there a fun creepy? I don't know. So, one piece of advice to give to a new reader. What would you say? A new reader or a returning reader?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the main one would be that a lot of these comics, they have new storylines. So if you feel intimidated by the past, don't, because there are new storylines coming up all the time, and sometimes the past stuff, wasn't so great, and the new storylines like Ms. Marvel, are phenomenal. And also, don't think that you should read a certain comic because everyone else does. Like, Saga and I are just okay. Her and Saga's relationship are like,
It's
off
deep,
the charts.
guys.
Yeah.
It's deep.
So, just go with what you like. If you like steampunk, there are books about that, and they might not be the most popular, but I mean, they're good. So we'll show you where they are.
She heard steampunk wings.
So there's a book out there for everyone. Just because it's not for your friend doesn't mean that you shouldn't love the crap out of it. So
Absolutely.
Mine would be just try anything. I cheated a little because I hadn't been reading a ton of comics when I was in grad school because there's no comic book store anywhere unless I came home. So I went to the public library a lot, and they have a lot of issue 1s where it's like the first graphic novel.
We should do that with Lima Public Library, just so you
Lima,
know.
Ada, Bluffton,
Yeah.
they're all loaded. Like,
Yeah,
We
they
just
have
go, here's all
the
these
ones
books,
of
guys.
stuff.
yeah.
So
That's
like
what
you
they do
can
on
go,
Wednesdays.
you can literally go in and like go through their whole section and just be like, this sounds kind of cool. I'll read this one, and this one sounds kind of cool. I have left the library with an entire like bag of movie stuff and graphic novels, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna like any of these, but I'm taking them home and I'm reading all of them. But yeah, so I would just try, just anything that strikes your fancy.
Coincidentally, we do have a section out there called Blind Date with a Book for that reason, because a lot of times people can look at a cover and go, eh. I mean, it doesn't really, eh. And then you kind of pass by the story, and it's sort of like missing a really great date because the dude was alright. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't really my thing, but then you miss out on somebody really great. It's the same idea with the story. You don't want to pass over something just because it doesn't immediately appeal to you. If you're not sure if it's something you'll like, get a review from somebody else. Because either they're going to be like, this is the greatest book ever, or, yeah, maybe try this one instead. So, along those same lines of try anything. Mine would be, don't be intimidated by the amount of history to cover. It's the best piece of advice I ever got. Thank you, Josh. I wanted to start reading some Marvel stuff, but I'd missed, the past 800 years of Marvel. So when you look at Marvel, you think, my gosh, that story is there's so much depth to it. How do I start? There are key issues you can start with that will get you wherever you need to go. It'll tell you all the history that you need, but you don't need to know all 8,000 years of backstory. You just need to know what's happening right then. And then if you're still curious, you can go back and get what you need. So don't be intimidated by the sheer amount of backlog, because you don't need it. Much like a cat said, those stories reset all the time. Because the DC has reset like 11 times at this point.
Yeah.
So
They did
Rebirth has like sucked me in so
I
much.
know.
so good.
Half of my pull list is Rebirth.
Yeah. Also, if you want to get into a character, we have a whole bunch of displays. It's like where to start with Wonder Woman, where to start with Green Lantern. So you'll see displays out on the floor that'll tell you which books to start with. So
Harley New 52 is really good, and the intro has a ton of cool art. It's really awesome. Just FYI.
So this is my favorite question, and this may take a little bit of time, which is why I saved it near the end. Ladies, if you were on a deserted island, all by yourself, presumably for the rest of forever. Gosh, that's so sad. A, we would all want wine with us, let's not lie. But B, what comic or single issue, trade paperback, graphic novel, whatever, what comic would you like with you?
nope.
I only pick one, Kat, only one.
No. This is a garbage question to me.
That's why I did.
You go first.
All right, Katherine, you got this.
Oh, mine is gonna sound so bro-y. Fight Club 2, the omnibus. Seriously, this is getting creepy. Oh, that's good.
It was.
No, I literally would come in here and buy Bitch Planet and Fight Club 2 in the same thing, and I put them up, and I'm like, yes, they are both mine. I
I
apologize.
like the book Bitch Planet's great, by the way.
Yeah, really good. But no, that one is super good, and I need to reread it because they drop a bunch of references, and when you read it the first time, like, you won't catch it or you'll miss something because there's stuff like doodled everywhere. But no,
The margins.
it was really cool. That one's really cool. But I love Fight Club the movie a lot, so
I still haven't seen Fight Club. Really? I feel really bad about it, but I haven't. Sorry. Gosh, I feel like I'm gonna get like bombed afterwards. I'm sorry. I'm gonna watch
Should
it.
go over there. No.
I promise I'll watch it. I promise. Are you good, or you want me to go?
Oh,
first?
you answer yours first.
Okay. Yeah. So one that we haven't talked about, but is a book that I would always want with me, is Wicked and Divine, or excuse me, Wicked and Divine. Just because it has all the things that I love. It has magic, and it has some mystery, and a fair amount of violence, and pop stars that are gods, and gods that are pop stars, and crazy. Like, it's just, there's a lot going on, but you don't realize how much is going on while you're reading it, and then you get completely sucked in, and I can do that over and over and over again. I can pick up one that I've already read and get sucked right back into the story, despite the fact that I know what's going to happen. The artwork is great, the story is wonderful. I'm a big, like, I love gods and goddesses, I love the whole pantheon thing, I love it all. And that book is right up my alley when it comes to that. So, if I were to be stranded for forever with only one story, that's so sad, it would probably be Wicked and the Divine. Alright, you got this?
Fine.
I feel like we could like cheer her on or
Fine.
something. She's
No,
scared.
it's just that I have the battle of, do I go with the story that I like that is the longest running?
That's fair.
Or do I go with one where, like, I'm not a romantic, girly girl person, but Sunstone and we get each other.
Sunstone.
Yeah. So,
It might be up here.
oh,
We have
it's up
displays
there.
all over, don't worry, we'll hook you guys up.
So while I was thinking, you know what? No, we'll go with Hack Slash. It's long. I like all of the story. It'll keep me entertained the whole time, and there.
Impression of the pick Copperhead.
I know. I do love Copperhead, but it's short. It's so short right now. But it's totally a mom book. Like, I read that, and it's this space sheriff, and she's doing what she can to protect her. She's a single mom, and she's protecting her kid and taking on this new job, and man, that's really good too.
See?
Stop doing this to me.
This
You
is
know
what
what?
this
I'm
is
not
the problem.
answering
We'll
this
just
anymore.
connect the islands.
Yes.
We'll pretend this is
yes.
Yeah, we'll just rotate them. And then I'll explain the entire plot to Fight Club to you on the island.
That's even better than watching a movie. It's like, oh my gosh, you're gonna reenact it?
I'll reenact it. I can do it. I got this.
Coconut puppets.
There's a volleyball. It's a whole thing. There you go. So, okay, Mark doesn't know I was going to do this part, but I'm going to. It's totally okay. There is no pressure. But do you guys have any questions? Because we are like flooded. Are Kat's tattoos awesome? Yes, they are. That's I can answer that one for you. But do you guys have any
They're
questions
hidden.
at all? I got you in here. Behind you. Forgot. It's there. See? Any?
This is the quietest bunch ever.
Right? I'm saying, like, no one's heckled.
Wine.
What? Oh,
More of that, and we'll start part 2.
There we go.
So,
And then I will do that Fight Club reenactment.
oh my
I
gosh,
will
please,
help
yes.
you. All right.
All right.
So,
well,
then,
yeah. Cool.
I think
Okay.
we're done.
So thank you guys. We're gonna go back out to the floor. I think Kat is gonna do some game demos.
Yeah,
Yes.
right now we just have Love Letter. But I can. There are a lot of other games that I can explain. Like it is my job, I guess.
Like
So,
today's
just
week,
kidding.
yeah, right?
So yeah, today it is my job. So
So yes, we're gonna. I mean, grab some more if you want. Whatever. We don't have a ton left, but feel free. And then feel free to ask us any questions. If you guys don't want to ask in front of everybody, you can just ask us individually. That's cool too. I get that. I was that kid in school. I didn't want to talk in front of everybody. I'm like, what if I sound dumb? You know what? I'll just talk afterwards. It's fine. So feel free. Thank you guys so much for listening to us ramble about things that we love. You guys are great.
Thanks.